So I guess that's pretty much how that cover is going to go. It every time I put this cover on, it always ends up just a battle. But it looks like the cover doesn't want to move any farther this way, or it's pinching a little bit on this side, but there's not much I can do about it. Maybe once I tighten down the wing nuts on top, we'll be okay. I just wanted to show you this stuff. This is called Tru-Copper plate. This is what I was talking about, that is a really great stuff, and I was cleaning it off before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this Tru-Copper plate and I'm just going to put it all around all the nuts and the connections, so it's not exposed to air. And you saw how clean everything looked. So by doing this, I think you really save a lot of maintenance cleaning terminals, and you also just keep your batteries living a lot longer. So this is the stuff if you can find it. I asked my mechanic to get me a bottle, and we're just gonna paint everything we see out here with this stuff. When I was younger, I found out about dielectric grease and I thought it was the greatest thing. And I remember there was one time I took it and I put it around the terminals on my truck, and I was driving my truck and all of a sudden it literally just stopped. Like I went to stop and get a soda or something, and I could not get the truck to turn over. And I ended up having to get a tow truck to come in. And whether it was my fault for not tightening the battery terminals enough, or I had put dielectric grease on the terminals and then put the terminals back on, but there was nothing wrong with the truck. The battery just wasn't getting its connection. So I'm a little bit leery about putting this stuff or dielectric grease between the terminals and the nuts. But I don't mind smearing this stuff around the battery and keeping all that junk out of there, contamination. And this is pretty much a standard now. Whenever I replace a battery, I'll just take this stuff and just put it all over the place, because you saw how nice that battery was really looking. So it's a little messy, but I think this stuff is just awesome. Okay, now we'll fight with this cover yet again. Just doesn't seem to be centered. Maybe the battery sizes have changed a little bit. Cover just doesn't seem to want to be centered on the batteries. Okay folks, let's go give her a try. Okay, well I see that the adjust is flashing on the radio, which means we definitely lost power. So let's see if she turns over. Much better. Well, now I'm looking forward to, I can go through the season and I'm going to know that my truck is good to go. If there's a cold night, I'm not going to have to worry about the truck not starting the next morning. And hopefully we'll get a good 5 years out of these interstate batteries. So, if you're in the know, folks, you probably saw plenty of stuff that maybe could have been done differently. Feel free to leave a comment below. If you're not in the know about fixing stuff, I hope you just enjoyed, watching a video about how to do something. I know when I was growing up back before the YouTube days, I would have eaten stuff like this up. If you like the video, please go ahead and click the like button. If you like the channel and you want to see some more videos like this, go ahead and hit subscribe. And thanks a lot for watching, folks. Have a great day. Folks, I was watching the video of the work I did, and I wanted to just correct a couple things for you as part of the video, because it's really not about showing my awesomeness. It's about trying to teach you guys, you know, a little bit for people who know less than me. We're all on different planes. So the first thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was I talked to my mechanic, and he said that I'm supposed to put just a little bit of this Tru-Copper plate. I'm supposed to put a little bit of it on the inside of the terminals. Not a lot. You don't want those terminals to slide off, but just a little bit. So today we're going to go ahead and take off all these covers, caps, and put some of this on. And then the other thing I want to do is, I was watching the video and I just really didn't like the way I put this thing on. It was all crooked. And what I ended up doing was I had to get a hammer. This is a rubber mallet. And I took the rubber mallet and I loosened up these and I whacked this over. And I might do it a little bit more. And that way I had these bolts centered, so when I put that other piece on, it sat flat. So I just want to show you guys what I'm going to do here. A little epilogue, whatever, to the video, and just see if we can do it right. You know, it's really not about doing it quick, but it's about, you know, doing it right. And the next time, hopefully I'll do it right so it is quick. It's kind of a rainy day today, and I just want to let you know that I have an old comforter, and I'm actually sitting on an old comforter. If you're working out in the rain, I've also got this thing here I use sometimes. It's for sporting events. You sit on it, I'll put that down so my knees don't get all muddy. And you could even take like a piece of plywood or even a piece of cardboard if you're working on a rainy day and you don't want to get all wet. So unfortunately, this is going to be messy. But what we learned in the making of the last segment was you do your negative terminals first. Negative off first, on last. Oh, I think I just shorted that one out anyways. Little bit of a zap there. Okay, so now we'll, oh, because they are still connected. Well, all right. So you know what? My gloves have got a lot of this stuff on. I'm just going to kind of touch the terminals a little bit with my gloves. Try not to get carried away. And just smear some of this stuff on. Again, I'm trying not to be super heavy. Okay. So then we'll put our positives back on. Smear a little bit more. On the top, and then we can do our negatives, and then we can put our caps back on. Okay, I'm going to do my best not to touch metal to metal here. Okay, and then we're just going to go back and make sure I got copper plate smeared on all these terminals. Okay, that should be good. We'll just loosen this up a little bit and see if I can move this bar over a touch. So all I ended up doing was just hitting it with the persuader, and the back is bumping into the battery cable, so I guess that's as far as it wants to go over there. Okay, tight but not too tight. Now this should go on much better. So you see how much better that's sitting now? Regular washer, lock washer. Regular washer, lock washer. And then the wing nuts. So that should just about do it, folks. It wasn't a big deal to fix, but I did just want to show you that, you know, sometimes I say it always fights me. What happens is I always forget to bring the mallet to move that piece over. And then with the Tru-Copper plate, just remember to put just a little bit on the inside too, but not a ton, so it slides off. Especially like these terminals are pretty good, but if you're using the copper plate on a car battery, the terminals there, usually the battery cable goes around it, and it would be very easy for that to slide off. So, you know, I wouldn't go crazy with the copper plate on that. Thanks again for watching, folks, and we'll see you soon. Have a great day.